Chosen one, jackpot secured. Every reward is yours. This is not just a phrase, not just a hopeful whisper in the night. It is a reality waiting for you to step into it. It is the announcement of a destiny that has always had your name on it. The jackpot isn't only about material wealth, it's about the abundance of everything your soul has longed for. Peace, fulfillment, alignment, freedom, love, joy, and purpose. You are not stumbling into this moment by accident. You are not hearing this by chance. The gates have opened, and what stands before you is everything you've ever been prepared to receive. You are the chosen one, and everything you've endured, every tear, every moment of doubt, every stretch of the journey, it has led you here. The universe has been calculating your reward behind the scenes, quietly, faithfully. Now, all accounts are balanced, and your name is on every blessing that's about to unfold. The reward is not only coming, the reward is already yours. Before we go deeper, stay with me until the end of this video. There is power in presence. There is alignment in your attention. And as you move through these words, something within you will shift, strengthen, and settle into truth. I also invite you to declare your warmest wish in the comments and write the number 777 alongside it. Let this be a call to the universe, a moment of synchronization. You are not just typing. You are energizing. You are claiming. You are broadcasting your desire into a field that listens, responds, and delivers in divine timing. Every wish spoken with belief has the power to move worlds. Speak yours now. The door is open. Now, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel and listen closely. You are not like the others. You never were. And though the journey has felt lonely at times, maybe even harsh and unfair, it's because you were never built for the crowd. You were designed to rise. You were chosen to carry something extraordinary. While others were settling, you were still stretching. While others gave in, you kept going. Even when the rewards weren't showing up. Even when the evidence seemed to argue against your faith. That persistence wasn't just your strength. It was your signature. The universe took note. Every moment you chose belief over bitterness, trust over fear, vision over defeat, it was recorded, multiplied, amplified. Your jackpot isn't luck, it's alignment. It's the sum of unseen investments. It's the outpouring of what has been stored up behind the veil. Some people wait for life to hand them something. But you walked through the fire. You dared to believe when nothing made sense. You gave when you had little. You stood when you could have fallen. You rose when life tried to bury you. And now, the tide has turned. This moment, this shift, this breakthrough, it's been building. Quietly, but inevitably. You may not have seen the signs clearly, but they've been there. The moments where your intuition whispered, something is coming. The people who exited your life with no explanation. The dreams that have returned, stronger than ever. The random signs that caught your attention. All of it has been leading here. It's like the universe has been dropping breadcrumbs back to your power. And now, you've arrived. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared. And the preparation was precise. It's why some things didn't work out when you wanted them to. It's why certain doors didn't open. Not because you were being punished, but because what's coming is too big to be rushed. It needed the right time, the right version of you. And now, you are that version. You're not just ready. You're aligned. Your jackpot is more than just blessings. It's a new identity. You are stepping into the version of you who doesn't second-guess their worth, who doesn't beg for crumbs, who no longer doubts whether it's possible. You are stepping into certainty, confidence, calm knowing. You are the embodiment of someone who understands that they are the blessing, that the world responds to your energy, your clarity, your belief. And here's the secret. The jackpot isn't separate from you. It was always within you. It's the way you move, the way you think, the way you choose. When you align with the highest version of yourself, the world around you starts to reflect that back to you. Opportunities show up. People recognize you. Doors open that were once bolted shut. Not because you're chasing, but because you're attracting. Because your frequency has shifted into the realm of receivership. With God's blessings, you are invited to bless this message by giving a divine gift of $20 or more through the Super Thanks button on YouTube. Together, let's spread faith, hope, and love, bringing light not just into your own life, but also to those who need it most. Your generosity becomes a seed of inspiration and healing for countless souls. You are no longer seeking what you already embody. You are no longer chasing what has been divinely assigned to you. This is what it means to be chosen. You are chosen not just to receive, but to carry, to reflect, to embody what's possible. When you win, others believe they can too. When you rise, others wake up. Your victory is a vibration. Your success is a signal. And yes, the rewards are many. They come in the form of clarity, peace, confidence, overflow. They come as relationships that feel like home, as opportunities that light your soul on fire, as abundance that allows you to bless others without fear of lack. They come as nights where you sleep peacefully, because you know you are safe in your path. They come as mornings where you wake up excited again, alive again, ready again. And it's not because life is suddenly easier. It's because you have become unshakable. You have learned how to rise in chaos, how to believe in drought, how to move in silence, how to trust the process. That's why you are rewarded. Not because you are perfect, but because you persisted, because you stayed soft in a hard world, because you never stopped believing in something more. That more is here now. This is not a drill. This is the delivery, the unwrapping of what has always had your name on it. You won't have to fight for it. You'll just have to receive it. Stay open. Stay aligned. Keep walking with the energy of someone who knows it's already done. Because it is. And maybe you've waited a long time. Maybe your faith has been tested over and over. But this chapter doesn't mirror the past. This chapter is the reward. This is where it all makes sense. This is where you stop struggling and start receiving. Where you stop striving and start embodying. Everything you were hoping for is already orbiting around you. It's waiting for your yes, your surrender, your readiness. Say yes to it. Say yes to more. Say yes to ease. Say yes to flow. Say yes to being supported in ways you've never known before. Say yes to becoming the version of yourself who lives without fear, who walks in rooms like they belong, who shows up fully, loudly, boldly. You've hidden long enough. You've dimmed for too many. Now it's your turn to shine. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your blessings. You don't have to make yourself smaller to keep others comfortable. You don't have to apologize for winning. You've paid the price. You've done the work. You've earned the rest. This is your inheritance. This is your confirmation. This is your green light. Let the world be amazed by what unfolds for you. Let the miracles be loud. Let the overflow pour in without hesitation. Let every delayed blessing rush toward you now. And when it does, don't doubt it. Don't question it. Don't sabotage it. Just breathe it in. Say thank you. Say more. Please. Because you're no longer surviving. You're thriving. You are still here, and that means something powerful. You are ready for more. You've stepped through the doorway now, and the shift has already begun. Even if the world around you hasn't caught up yet, you have changed. And that is everything. The momentum of the universe responds first to the shift within. Before the miracles show up in your bank account, in your relationships, in your reality, they show up in your mindset, your frequency, your identity. And that shift, that deep inner recalibration, has already started in you. You see, being chosen isn't about being favored without effort. It's about carrying a frequency that life can't ignore. You have become magnetic. You are radiating certainty, and certainty changes everything. When you walk into a room, you no longer carry the weight of needing approval. You walk in knowing that you are the energy, the value, the gift. You no longer shrink to fit. You expand to lead. And when you lead with light, life follows. Doors follow. Rewards follow. There's something irreversible about the transformation you've undergone. You can never go back to who you were before, because that version of you was necessary for survival. But this version of you is born for expansion. You're not here just to make it through the day. You're here to rise, to thrive, to stretch into a future that once felt impossible. The old you tolerated too much, delayed too much, doubted too much. But this you? You're no longer waiting. You're walking. The universe is watching how you carry this next phase. The frequency you maintain, the faith you hold, the clarity you sharpen. And with every step forward, you become more fluent in the language of abundance. You no longer chase validation. You don't argue with your worth. You don't second-guess your alignment. Instead, you command your space. You own your journey. You walk in power. You've stopped seeing delays as denials. Now you understand that divine timing is part of the delivery. You've learned how to trust the silence, how to remain grounded in uncertainty, how to flow with the current rather than fight against it. That's mastery. That's wisdom. That's the energy that draws the jackpot in. And let me tell you something real. The jackpot isn't only about the what, it's about the who. Who you become when you finally stop pretending to be less. Who you become when you reclaim your space in the world. When you start showing up for yourself like someone who actually believes in their own power. That version of you, that's the real win. Because from that identity, everything else becomes inevitable. You attract differently when you're rooted in truth. You speak differently when you're grounded in self-worth. You choose differently when you're no longer operating from fear. And right now, the old patterns are crumbling. You don't respond the same way. You don't panic the same way. You don't collapse the same way. Why? Because you've changed. And with that change, the flow of your life is rearranging itself to meet you where you are. The people, the places, the opportunities, they're no longer chosen based on old wounds. You are no longer operating from scarcity, from desperation, from survival mode. You're operating from vision, from alignment, from trust. And that shift is what positions you for the overflow. It's not about hustle, it's about harmony. You're no longer pushing against the grain. You're moving with rhythm, with ease, with the natural beat of your own power. And there's no need to compare anymore. You're not in a race. You're in a lane of your own. The blessings meant for you don't get delayed by someone else's success. In fact, the more you celebrate others, the more open you become to receive your own. You've stopped competing and started collaborating with the energy of abundance. That's when things accelerate. You've probably felt moments lately where time feels strange, like things are speeding up, or slowing down, or both. That's a sign. You're shifting timelines. You're stepping into the one where things happen faster, where connections feel deeper, where answers come more clearly. You're in a frequency now that bypasses resistance. The way is being cleared for you because you've done the inner clearing. You've released what no longer serves, the relationships that drained you, the habits that kept you stuck, the beliefs that told you to stay small. You've let go of identities that were never yours, and in doing that, you've made room. You've created a vacuum for blessings to pour into, and the universe always fills what is emptied in faith. You've become the version of yourself that you used to dream about. The version that doesn't beg to be seen, that doesn't wait for permission, that doesn't crumble when tested. You've become the one who knows their place, who trusts their path, who moves with inner fire. And that is the energy that wins, quietly, powerfully, unapologetically. There is a calm rising in you now, a stillness that doesn't come from a lack of challenges, but from an overflow of trust. You've been through enough storms to know you won't drown. You've faced enough loss to know you can't lose what's truly meant for you. And now, the rewards are catching up to your resilience. There will be days ahead that surprise you, moments that take your breath away, opportunities that seem to appear out of nowhere. But you'll know they're not random. They're a response, a reflection, a confirmation that you are aligned, that you are no longer in the waiting room, you are in the receiving room. You don't have to fight for it anymore. You just have to stay grounded, stay clear, stay open. Don't rush the next step. Don't question what's unfolding. Just keep showing up. Keep honoring your intuition. Keep walking in the direction of your becoming. And as you do, life will keep revealing more of the reward. The deeper layers, the fuller blessings, the sweeter harvest. Because you are not here to be halfway blessed. You are here for all of it. The full expansion, the entire download, the legacy-level breakthroughs. You are not just chosen to be seen. You are chosen to be elevated, supported, multiplied. You are not here to scrape by. You are here to overflow, and it's already happening. Quietly, magically, perfectly. Stay ready. Stay open. The jackpot is in motion. Every reward is yours. The ones who stay are the ones who rise. Not because they never doubt, not because they never feel the weight of the unknown, but because they decide to keep showing up. And that decision, made over and over again, is the mark of the truly chosen. You didn't just stumble into this energy. You earned it through unseen battles, uncelebrated resilience, and quiet faith. The kind of faith that doesn't need proof to keep believing. And now, it's not just your belief that's building. Your reality is catching up. Energetically, spiritually, practically, everything is being recalibrated around the new frequency you've anchored into. That frequency says, I am ready. And not just ready to receive, but ready to hold, to carry, to steward what's coming next. Because this part of the journey isn't about small wins, it's about complete alignment with everything that's yours. The jackpot you've secured isn't a single moment. It's a new atmosphere. It's a new normal. It's walking through life no longer wondering if it will work out, but knowing it already is. It's stepping into rooms with the confidence that whatever's meant for you cannot pass you by. It's making decisions from power, not panic. From peace, not pressure. You've entered a space where delays don't mean denial. They mean design. Everything is happening with intention now. Conversations, connections, even pauses. Nothing is wasted when you're chosen. Even the detours were part of the map. Even the heartbreaks were part of the preparation. They carved you, refined you, stripped you of what you no longer needed. And what's left? The purest version of you. The most magnetic, authentic, unshakable version. That version is the one who claims the jackpot. Not with force, with alignment. And here's something powerful. Your rewards are multidimensional. They're not just coming in physical form. They're coming in clarity, in restoration, in relief, in the release of old fears. They're coming in the form of unexpected peace, sudden joy, effortless momentum. That's the kind of wealth most people never talk about. But it's the wealth that fuels everything else. Because when your mind is clear, you make decisions with power. When your heart is open, you attract what's real. When your spirit is at peace, nothing external can shake you. That's the kind of reward you're receiving now. That's the true jackpot, the inner transformation that turns you into someone who doesn't need to chase what already belongs to them. You've stopped proving. You've stopped pleading. You've stopped performing for acceptance. Why? Because you've finally remembered who you are. And when you remember, the universe responds with mirrored recognition. It starts to reflect back everything that matches your truth. And yes, the external rewards are coming. Big ones. The kind that shift the course of your story. The kind that don't require explanation because the results speak louder than any words ever could. People will look at your life and not understand how you got there. They won't see the silent nights, the near breakdowns, the inner work. But you will know. You'll know it wasn't random. You'll know it was divine. This chapter doesn't look like struggle. It looks like ease. And that ease isn't laziness. It's alignment. It's what happens when you stop trying to force and start choosing to flow. You've come into a rhythm with life. You're not rushing. You're not doubting every turn. You're trusting. You're breathing. You're allowing. And that energy? That's what calls in miracles. You are in the process of receiving answers to prayers you almost forgot you prayed. The kind of prayers that came from your knees, from your breaking point, from the part of your soul that couldn't take one more loss. The universe doesn't forget those moments. It multiplies them, translates them into breakthroughs, and sends them back to you at the perfect time. That time is now. You don't need to figure out how. You just need to hold the energy of, it's already done. That's the posture of someone who's secured the jackpot. You don't chase the blessing. You attract it. You don't fight for the seat. You become the table. You don't wait for permission. You walk in purpose. Because here's the truth. You are not in the season of hoping something good happens. You are in the season of watching it happen. And more than that, watching it happen effortlessly. Not because you're doing nothing, but because what you're doing now is aligned with who you really are. And when you're in alignment, the results multiply. Quickly, powerfully, unstoppably.